people that took bodybuilding to the extreme. Welcome to BodyMix TV. Here are 10 people who abused anabolic steroids to achieve a better body. Number 10, Greg Valentino. He is also known as the man whose arms exploded. He is one of the least dear in the world of bodybuilding people, and it does not take a genius to realize that. Apart from years of abuse of anabolic steroids and other drugs, he injected into his arms synthol, which consists of the oil mixture with alcohol. This gives the appearance of having bigger but completely asymmetrical and powerless arms. This gene used something else to inject the synthol. With dirt needles you cannot think, so his biceps were infected and had to operate to save his life. Number 9, Aziz Shavershian. He is better known as Ziz. He was a lover of bodybuilding born in Russia, who traveled from very young to Australia where he became an internet celebrity. He got a huge number of fans after publishing several videos of himself on YouTube in 2007. On August 5, 2011, while vacationing in Thailand, Ziz suffered a heart attack at 22 years old. His family says his death was due to a congenital heart disorder, but no one denies that the use of steroids had much to do. Number 8. Heidi Krieger. Heidi Krieger is now known as Andreas Krieger. She is a former German shot putter, who competed as a woman in the 80s. Like many outstanding athletes of the time, she was systematically doped with anabolic steroids over 16 years. In 1997 she accepted that excessive consumption of steroids had left as side effects all the traits of a man, except a penis. She had no choice but to change sexual surgery done and change its name to Andreas. Number 7. Joanna Thomas. She holds the record for being the physical youngest in history to become a professional bodybuilder when she was 21 years old. Although very young she had to deal with chronic asthma attacks. This did not stop her, and at the age of 14 she began to train to become a legend. Since she steroid abused, their bodies have grown more than usual, even his genitals. Number 6, Candace Armstrong. She struggled for several years with body dysmorphic disorder, which involves excessive concern for some real, or imagined body defect. According to her, when she looked in the mirror, his arms were too thin, when in fact they were huge, but she did not realize that. As you can see, with only 28 years old, she looks like a transvestite. She steroid abused to become an addict, and in a few years, she had hair on her back, her abdomen and her face. She says that her clitoris now looks like a penis thin 3 centimeters. Number 5. Brigida. She is a bodybuilder born in Slovenia with only 35 years old and is considered a legend in the bodybuilding sport. At 14 she had a lover who had a small gym at home, with photos of famous as Corey Everson and Anja Langer. Those pictures were those motivated her to become a bodybuilder. She turned pro in 2010, winning many competitions until her retirement in 2013. Number 4, Denise Rutkowski. She debuted as a professional in 1993, and that same year she reached the second place in the Mr. Olympia, which is considered the most competitive and prestigious bodybuilding tournament. To everyone's surprise, she decided to retire from the sport to take catechism classes and turned into a religious missionary. Years later, in 2001, she decided to return to bodybuilding, but did not for long. 20 years of use of anabolic steroids and intractable bipolar disorder, they became almost unrecognizable person, wearing a beard and no muscle. Number 3. Andreas Munzer. He is an Austrian bodybuilder, and he is known to have low body fat throughout his career. He was so obsessed with his image that made a strict diet throughout his career, in addition to taking steroids and diuretics. In March 1996, he began to have severe stomach pains, so he was admitted to hospital. When doctors checked him, saw that he was bleeding internally, and liver and kidneys were not working. On the second day of his income he dies with only 31 years. Number 2. Mustafa Ismail. Currently, he holds the world record for having the largest biceps in the world. Many people within the bodybuilding see him as a fraud, They claim that these huge arms are by using synthol. But, he denies having used it. Mustafa says eat 3.18 kilograms per day of protein as poultry, seafood and smoothies. In addition, 4 kilos of carbohydrates and 11 liters of water to keep those huge arms, whose diameter is 79 centimeters. Number 1. Sally McNeil. She entered to the world of bodybuilding after serving her country in the Army. Her husband Ray is also involved in the sport. No clutch mind and body. Sally did not react very well to the abuse of steroids and testosterone was injected daily. She was involved in some fights because of what is known as roid race. In April 1996, Sally, in a fit of rage, she shoots her husband in the chest, killing him instantly. Currently she is sentenced to life imprisonment.